Canada is a beautiful country, man. We got such a nice country. One thing that we will never be, though, is a tough country. We'll never be tough. Our flag is a leaf. You guys realize, like, we could have put anything on our flag? Like, we have grizzly bears in this country. And we went with, like, a... Literally, like, what we put on the flag is just another thing that blows in the wind. It's essentially a flag on a flag. That's not intimidating. Like, we have to put that on our military, guys. Nobody's intimidated by that. Nobody's seen this like, the Canadians are coming. Get the leaf blowers. Other countries chose tough flags, man. Like Mexico, there's a tough flag. Mexico's flag is an eagle eating a snake. Snake's not giving up either. He's like, it's a battle taking place right there, man. Like, you see that coming, you're like, I think they're gonna win. It's bold. It's not the toughest flag, though. I think the toughest flag by far of any is the Japanese flag. It's just a target. The subtext to that is like, oh, you wanna mess with us? We've been practicing. But no, Canada. We are the leaf because we're peaceful. We're not fighting wars. No, we are peacekeepers. We are the good cops because we got the bad cops downstairs. That's the truth, right, guys? Come on, guys. Okay, it's just us in here, all right? We can be honest with each other, right? Come on, right? Canadians, we're very nice. We're such nice people, but we're not peaceful. It's great PR. We're like, hey, we're peacekeepers, yeah. But it's not true. Like, come on. Like, if we got invaded tonight, do any of you really think that as a people, we'd be like, hey, no war. You go home, mister. This ends here. No, we would call America up immediately. We'd be like, oh yeah, Biden, yeah, it's Canada. Can we borrow a nuke? I heard you're like the Globe's gun store or something, and we could really use a... Canada, the one's just above you. No, Justin. It's Justin. He keeps calling me Pierre. Why would they elect an elderly person to run a country? I don't understand. And Biden is so old, man. I can feel you guys pulling back on me, man. Like, it's just... You guys for real, like, right now? Like, you guys haven't seen him in the press conferences? Hey, man. Okay, I feel you, okay? And you know what, like, I just think it's a little bit ironic that the leader of the free world is working full-time at 79. When do you get to be free, dude? And some of you might be like, oh, he's not working. No, he's living his dream. He's president. And okay, fair enough, all right? Yes, he's living his dream. Now, I hope that I can live my dream like that one day. He gets to, right? He's president, man. He gets to live his dream every single day when he finds out that he's president. Hey. No, vice president is what you mean. Whoa, when did that happen? Whoa. Oh, wow, I gotta tell Jackie. This is crazy. Biden's so old, for the first time, the Secret Service isn't worried about taking a bullet. They're worried about cushioning a fall. I'll dive underneath you, sir. It's fun. It's fun to make fun of America, man. It's easy to do, man. Everybody knows America, right? No one really knows Canada. You know? Everyone knows America. America in 3 words is just, look at us. Look at us. Us. That's our abbreviation. Us. And then Canada, we're like, it's like that, but like, don't worry about it. And no one knows us, man. No one really cares, if I'm being honest, man. We don't make it on the global stage often. If we want to make it on the global stage, one of our mayors has to smoke crack. Or if our prime minister thinks it's a good idea to dress up like Drake for Halloween. Are we a little sensitive on that still? Thought most of you would be like, he was dressed up like Aladdin. So much better, yeah. Yeah. No one knows Canada. I use it to my advantage, man. It's actually fun. Every time I leave the country, I see how much so no one knows, right? And I'll just start lying to audiences about Canada just to see what I can get away with. And it's a lot. I would tell audiences, I'd be like, yeah, man, Canada, we legalized weed. And they'd be like, oh, that's amazing. I'm like, nah, it has not been going well. We've just been hotboxing the country ever since. Oh yeah, on the news, we're like, oh, so much smoke from the forest fires. And every August, we're just like the fields. We haven't done our taxes since 2018. Everyone's like, yo, there's so many receipts, man. I couldn't possibly. And the government's like, neither can we, man. Well, you seem like a cool guy, so we trust you. For real, man. Okay, this is one of the biggest lies I ever told an audience and got away with. I was in Scotland, and I told them, I was like, yeah, man, in Canada, we don't even have names for our cities. We just call everywhere Canada. Boy, that's a different culture. Yeah. I'm from Canada. Not to be confused with Canada. Suppose you have to be Canadian to hear the difference. The problem, though, is that they don't believe me when I tell them the true things about our country. Literally, I'll tell them, I'm like, yeah, it's wild, because in Canada, we're the only country in the world where you can fly with weed in your baggage. And that's real. Like, yeah, literally, you can fly with weed. They're just finding out. They're like, no way. I could have brought my pen the whole way? Yeah, you can. It's nuts. Literally. Like, it feels cool, too. Honestly. Even if you don't smoke weed, fly with it. It's very fun. It's in your baggage, you're on your way to the airport, your heart's racing, you're like, we shouldn't. One of my best friends, this is true. I travel all over the country with this guy. He's a comedian, his name's Jacob, and he'll travel with a glass bong. Real. He'll travel with a glass bong, and he doesn't like put it in his baggage. No, he smokes it at the airport with the cigarette smokers. Take that in. That's like if you were sipping a beer and some guy pulled out a funnel like, is this the vibe? I was thinking this was the vibe. Crazy. I hope that wasn't a bong. Oh, man. It's crazy to see that for the first time. The first time he did it, man, I'm looking at one side of the airport, and it's like a family. They're like, I'm gonna miss you so much. Like, make sure that you call me when you land, as soon as you land. And I look over at Jacob, and he's just like, I was petrified to go through security with him after he'd done that. Because he didn't even put it in a backpack. No, he just slipped it into his jacket, started walking hunched over through the whole security line. So we're already getting clocked, okay? People are looking, right? Guy ahead of us, man, this guy couldn't be more different from Jacob. He's like one of those business guys. He's got his AirPods in. He's on a work call the entire line. He's talking about deals, talking about reports. Well, I think maybe we circle back. I'm like, nobody needs this, man. Come on. Really? We gotta listen to this the whole time? Like, nobody is that important. Certainly nobody that's in the same security line as Jacob. Well, finally, it's his turn, man, and he, like the guy with the AirPods, man, he's taking off his shoes, putting them in the tray. Jacob slips in behind him, pulls the bong out of his jacket, puts it in the tray. The guy ahead of us makes an audible, "Dear God." Like, there's still smoke coming out the top of this thing. This is a freshly smoked bong. No one knew what to do. All the security guards are looking at us. The main security guard got right in our faces, looking us both in the eyes, down at the bong, back in the eyes, most long, tense pause, which is like, no liquids. Yeah, it's the water. That was the issue. Crazy, man. I like to take moments like that for the high people in the audience. It was fun. It's fun to do. That's the interesting thing about doing comedy now in this country is like you get a mix, you know? Because when I was doing comedy just in front of people that were drinking, it's a very tense experience. If I stop talking in the middle of the set, they're like, "We paid for this. This guy's doing nothing." But if I stop talking in a room where people are high, those people are like, "Oh no. The show stopped because I'm too high." I gotta take a quick sec to talk to the people who are watching this at home. I wanted to drop this special here on YouTube for free, so it'd be accessible to the most amount of people. But I mean, look at this production. Look at the angles. So the only way I could actually do this is with the help from my good friends over at One Bone. They make awesome clothing for men of all sizes, all the way up till 8XL. The shirt I'm wearing right now is the Michael. This is one of my favorites because it's wrinkle-free. Look at this thing. Like, try and wrinkle it. You can't be done. I love this one because I'm on the road so much. So when I open up my suitcase, I pull this thing out, it's ready to go, and I'm looking slick. The best part about this company is it's run by two genuine dudes from Montreal. These guys stand behind their brand. And if you order a shirt from them, it doesn't fit right, you send it back or you get your refund, whichever you want, they guarantee it. But enough about that. Let's get back to the special. One thing I've noticed from doing all this traveling, one thing that I think if you're a place that has like mountains, like full, big, giant mountains, I think you need a different word for hike. Okay? I'm used to going on hikes here. You know, it's pretty flat, right? Someone asks you to go on a hike, you're like, "Oh yeah, that'll be like 3 hours. I'll pack some beers in my bag. I'll wear the sneakers I'm wearing right now." Let's go on a hike. When you do a hike where they have mountains, every single story ends with, and then we made it back. We didn't think we would. You're always in a race against daylight. You could leave at the crack of dawn, and at some point you'll be like, "It's going down! We have to hurry!" I realized this because I moved out to the West Coast for a little bit. I started living out there, and then someone invited me that was from there. They were like, "You want to come on a hike?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And they were like, and I was pretty cocky, okay? I'll admit it. I got to the entrance of this hike, and like there was like this like a sign, and it had two big black diamonds on it, and it said, "Warning, double black diamond." And I was like, "For walking?" Oh no, maybe I was asleep. Oh! Cut to 30 minutes later, I'm scaling an ice wall. I'm yanking on a string that's been there since the 60s. I'm like, what is this? The locals are like, you should have worn better shoes. Never forget that hike though. There was this dad and his daughter that were walking ahead of me, and the daughter was only like 8 years old, but they were moving pretty quickly, so I was like really trying to keep up. And then the daughter started to slow down a bit, and I overheard the dad saying to the daughter, he just went, "Honey, tell your brain to tell your legs that it's okay." And I've thought about that every single day since I heard him say that. Like this dad was fathering his daughter so well, it broke a man who had a good father. Like I was behind them like, what other wisdom do you carry? I must know more, Papa. Man. And that's when people kept coming down from the hike, man. And that was a bad omen. These people were looking rough. Their legs were like wobbling. I was like, was it nice? And they're like, mm-hmm. And then one lady, she looked more upset than anybody, man. She got right in our faces. She's like, oh, did you guys hear? Did you guys hear what happened today? We're like, oh no, like, what happened? She's like, well, there were a couple rock climbers out today, and one of them fell and he died. I was like, oh my God. And all I could think in my head, I was just like, I guess he wasn't ready to get married.